Assalamu alaikum. Hope everyone is doing well. Today we'll be going over Ḥarf al-Jāzimah. So let's get into it. So we know that a verb can have three states. So here we have yaktubu, which is a present tense verb, and we know it's in a state of rafa because of the dhamma ending. And then we have yaktuba, and we know it's in a state of nasb because of the fatha ending. And then here we have yaktub, and we know it's in a state of jazm because of the sukun ending. So let's take a look at the different conjugations for the jazm table. So here we have yansuru, right, which is rafa, and to put this in the jazm state, all you have to do is replace the dhamma with a sukun, so it becomes yansur. And then here for yansurani, all you have to do is remove the noon, so it becomes yansura. And then same thing here, yansuruna becomes yansuru, noon is removed. Then tansuru becomes tansur, again you have a sukun ending. Tansurani becomes tansura. Yansurna is the same. Tansuru becomes tansur. Tansurani becomes tansura. Tansuruna becomes tansuru. Tansurina becomes tansuri. Tansurani becomes tansura. And then tansurna is the same. And then ansuru becomes ansur. And nansuru becomes nansur. Right? And the difference between the nasb and jazm state isn't apparent in the dual and plural form, so that's only going to be known through context. So now let's take a look at the huruf that cause the present tense verb to go into a majzum state. So there are 4 huruf. We have in, lam, lamma, and then it's wal, falli, right? And wal, fal, and li work the exact same way. So now let's take a look at each one of these. So in is used to create a conditional sentence, and it has 3 things. First, the conditional word, which is known as the Ḥarf of Shart, which is going to be in, right? And then you have the conditional sentence, which is going to be the shart, and this is going to come right after the Ḥarf Shart. And then you have the response sentence, which is the jawab, and this is going to come after the shart. And then when you're translating it into English, you're going to put in a then between the shart and the jawab. So, for example, if we have if he honors him, then I will honor him. So if is going to be our harfu shart. He honors him, that's our conditional sentence, so it's going to be shart. And then the response is then I will honor him, so this is going to be our jawab. So let's take a look at an example. Here we have in yansur, ansur. So in is going to be our harf shart, right? And then you have yansur because in is making this go into jazm, right? And this is going to be our shart because it's right after the in. And then ansur is going to be our jawabu shart because it's after the shart. And this is also in a majzum state. So this becomes if he helps, then I will help, right? And what in is doing is that it's locking the meaning of the present tense verb into the future, because it's not possible to create a conditional sentence which is in the past, right? And the nature of a conditional sentence is that it's hypothetical. So if this occurs, then this will occur, type of thing. So now let's take a look at the sisters of in, right? And in has 12 sisters, right? And all of these, they act in a similar manner to in. The only difference is that the meaning will change based on the word that is picked. So if you have man, it's going to be whoever. If you have ma, it's going to be whatever. If you have mata, it's going to be whenever. But all these act in a similar manner to in, and we'll cover them in detail later on. So now let's take a look at another one. So here we have lam, and the impact that it has is that it's going to take its past tense meaning and it's going to negate it. So for example, here we have yansuru, right, which means he is helping. Now if we put a lam, it becomes lam yansur. Again, remember, the lam is causing the verb to go into jazm. So now this becomes he did not help. Again, it's in the past and we have a negation. So you get the meaning of did not, right? And this is the same thing as ma nasara, which is also he did not help. But again, here we're using a past tense verb instead of a present tense verb. So same thing here. So here you have yanfa'u, which means he is benefiting. And if you add a lam, it becomes lam yanfa, and it becomes he did not benefit, right? Which is the same thing as saying ma nafa'a. So what lam basically is doing is, again, creating the meaning of did not. Now let's take a look at an example. So here we have lam aftal masjida, right? Lam is going to be our harf al-Jāzimah, right? And it's causing the fi'l to go into majzoom, right? And the fa'il is inside, which is ana, right? That's why it's afta. And then we have the maf'ul, and we know this because of the fatha ending here. So this becomes I did not open the masjid, right? Because again, lam gives the meaning of did not, because it's taking the past tense meaning of the verb and negating it. So now let's take a look at lamma. So lamma is going to impact the present tense verb in 3 different ways. First, the verb is going to take its past tense meaning, and then you're going to have negation, and it's going to allow the possibility of the action being enacted. So, for example, if you have yasalu, which means he is asking, right? This is a normal present tense verb. And now if we put lamma in front of it, it becomes lamma yas'al. Again, it's going into majzoom because of the lamma. And now this is going to have the meaning of he has not yet asked, right? Because you have the negation, past tense meaning, and it's allowing the possibility of the action being enacted, which is why we have the yet, right? So same thing here with adkhulu, which means I am entering, right? And then lamma adkhul becomes I have not yet entered. And let's take a look at an example. So here we have lamma yathkuru al-waqta, and lamma is going to be our harf al-Jāzimah, right? And it's going to cause the present tense verb to go into majzoom, right? And the fa'il is inside, which is hum. That's why it's yathkuru. And then we have the maf'ul, which is waqta, and we know it's maf'ul because of the fatha. So this becomes they have not yet mentioned the time. And lamma is giving the meaning of not yet. Now let's take a look at the last harf, which is li, and the harf can appear as wal, fal, or li, right? And it's known as the lam of command. And what it does is it will allow the command to be extended to someone who's not present or to oneself. And it gives the meaning of must. So for example, if you have yaftahu, which means he is opening, right? And now if we add a li to it, it becomes li yaftah. Again, the lam is causing the verb to go into majzoom. So this becomes he must open, right? The lam is giving the meaning of must, and now it's become a command. And then same thing here with aktubu, it's I am writing. And then if we add wal to it, it becomes wal aktub, and now it means I must write. And then same thing here with nadribu, we are striking. And then if we add fal to it, it becomes fal nadrib, which becomes we must strike. And that's all for today. So I'll see you guys next time.